All right, moving on. Third quarter. Okay, so this is our one of our Friend Stream Sports huge topics. This is a staple in our arsenal. We love to whip out this conversation, and that is where we're going to do our musts, our busts, and our trust for the NBA playoffs. These are the teams that Connor and I think you must follow. Someone that you would think I should follow, but you would bust. And then who do we trust? Who do we think is going to be a big deal? So Connor, give me your must for the playoffs.
Suns. I would be shocked if they don't beat the Lakers because, as I said, I think LeBron's hurt and he's frustrated. And then they're getting the winner of the Blazers Nuggets. And I think that the Suns are still markedly better than the Blazers or the Nuggets. So I see put it in. This could be the KOD. Put it in the bank. Put it in the vault. Suns are like at least getting to the Western Conference Finals this year.
Wow, that's a hot one right there.
Yeah. What about you, Rutledge?
I'm taking the Brooklyn Nets for very many of the same reasons. First of all, I'm going to say it here on the air right now. I'll spoil one of my picks. Nets in 4. Nets in a big 4, especially with the way they're putting it on Boston now. Nets in 4 in their first series.
Wow.
This is what this Nets team was built for. When we sat around and we saw James Harden was coming, they're like, okay, I get it. This is what this Nets team. Kyrie Irving finally showed up to games. Right. They finally started playing. It's like, this is what this Nets team is for. They're built to make a deep playoff run. And there's no showing. They have bench depth with Blake Griffin, who, remember, he used to carry, he carried the Clippers and now he's a part of it. So I'm excited to see another spoiler, this Nets Bucks series coming up, because I think that's going to be wild. I wish it was the Eastern Conference Finals. It's not going to be. But this is the machine. We're going to see some amazing basketball. And I see them going all the way to the finals.
Well, there you go. How about our bust? Who's your bust, Rutledge?
I'm going big here, and this one's going to be huge. I'm picking the Utah Jazz.
Wow.
And I'm going to put it, especially with their first game with Memphis. And I think Memphis is hot right now. They're from Tennessee.
It's Memphis is so hot right now.
It's so hot to be a Grizzly in Tennessee. That's not good for their environment. They're used to the Pacific Northwest where they belong. But as that goes, I think they're in a lot of danger. And then the next series that they have, if they get through this series, and I'll give my pick, I'll save that for later. But if they get through this series with Memphis, they have to play Clippers or Dallas next. So you said it earlier with the Jazz, you said you can punch them in the mouth. They very much think they've already gotten punched in the mouth. And they ran the table in the regular season. And now that they're seeing some adversity in the playoffs, I don't know what to do. I'm sure they can respond because they're professionals, but I don't think they're ready to be beat the same way as, a Brooklyn or even Milwaukee's going to beat on someone. I don't think they're ready to sort of take that game and take the series. So I have the Jazz.
Yeah, I'm going Jazz too. A lot of the same reasons you have, Rutledge. I think, there's still too many big time players in the West that have played in too many big time playoff series to let the Jazz get through. So I think the Jazz are going to bust. That means they might win their first round. I'd be surprised if they make it to the Western Conference Finals. So that's my bust.
Okay.
Which leads me to my trust.
Oh, and your trust.
I trust a certain team from a certain town.
A team from a town.
A team from a town. Known for its Patty's Pub.
Okay.
Known for Frank Reynolds.
Okay.
Running around doing its thing. I trust the Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow.
Joel Embiid, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, old school Kansas, big time player. He was actually the second best player, or kind of the second most notable player during his 1 year at Kansas. And he is a much more notable pro, obviously, than Ben McLemore. But, I think also outside of that, it's having Doc Rivers there, a guy who, although I think he can be a little bit overrated as a coach, I think he's still, he's been there before. To me, as one of my themes, right? If you've been there before, you get a lot of street cred in my book. So I think Doc's been there before. And I think the main difference from Doc being with the Clippers as opposed to Philly is Doc, he's got more of a hungry team that wants to prove themselves, where I kind of think last year with the Clippers early, so they, Lou Williams wanted to go find out where to go get chicken wings during NBA bubble, and we saw how that worked out. So
Yeah.
that's my trust. Rutledge, who are you trusting?
Same thing. Sixers, you said it all. You said it best. You're right. I'm with you on Doc Rivers. He's doing some magic, and it's his first year with them. So is it Doc Rivers or is it the people around him? Tough call, tough to say, but the East was so hard for them to hold on to, and especially once Brooklyn started to cook, they really kept it. So I feel good about that.
Cooking like James Harden when he's doing his little.
James Harden, man, it's gonna be a great Eastern Conference Finals.
Hopefully we can screenshot this for the YouTube video.
Just all the preview.
You just eating it up, my man. So, well, that's our must bust and trust.
That's a lot of basketball talk for us. Look at that.